Alright, so I loaded up Dreams again recently, and I discovered that Subob 14 has made possibly the purest video game premise imaginable, right? I've been placed in this room containing a random number of jelly beans, and my entire job is just to guess how many there are. There's no collecting, there's no enemies, there's no tragic jelly bean backstory, it's just me and my eyes. So, how are we going to do this? We can see obviously there's a bunch on the floor here. There's none strewn across this desk, but there are some on the floor here. Now, genuinely, how are we going to figure this out? We can't really go around and count them all, that's just madness. We're not going to spend an hour doing that, right? So, do we sort of split the room up into sections, take an average of how much is in each section, and then hope we get close? Like, here's a bunch on the floor here, right? How many are here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So there's at least 35 in this little corner, right? There's probably more hidden away as well, actually. Might be behind there. You never know where the jelly beans are hiding. But there's about 35, right, in this section. Is that about an eighth of the room? Maybe? I don't think it's a ninth of the room. It's maybe, I don't know. It's more likely to be a ninth. I don't know. Look, ignore me. But this is essentially the school fair game of, like, guess how many sweeties are in the jar, except someone smashed the jar and they've scattered the evidence across this entire 70s looking office. It's pretty cool from Subob, and if you're not aware of the work of Subob, they've created a game called Event Control, which is well worth checking out as well. So yeah, like, there's a cluster here, right? There's a few beside the furniture. And there might be some hiding behind here, because apparently now this is also a stealth game, but I shouldn't really be assigning personalities to the jelly beans, that's just not appropriate. Like, my immediate professional assessment is that yes, there are several jelly beans within the room, and apparently humans are actually quite good at instantly recognising groups of up to about 4 things without counting. It's called subsidising, but look, there's definitely more than 4 jelly beans here. It's kind of vibes-based mathematics. Is that a whole cluster of jelly beans down there? No, it's just a furry rug. Don't worry, it's just a furry rug. Right, so I'm going to increase my guess, right? I've kind of got a rough idea, I've got a figure in my head, I've been thinking about it, and we're going to have to hold this button for a moment until we get there. I'm thinking we're in the 800s, right? It's just a guess, it's in the 800s. But the thing is, before I submit that, and while this is still going up, have a guess yourself, alright? Pause the video, and let me know in the comments, like, what your guess is. How many jelly beans are in this room? I know 800 seems a lot when you consider we're mainly seeing them scattered about the floor, but I think they're devious. Honestly, I don't know. I think, you know what I mean? And I think there's, yeah, look at that. Loads of them down here. So there we go, alright? But there's a genuine wisdom of crowds thing going on, where, like, apparently when crowds do, like, guess things, ultimately the median often is, like, accurate. It's weird, man. It's like some psychological thing. Anyway, look, put your guess in the comments. I'm gonna say this number, alright? I'm gonna say that. This game is obviously a very small proof of concept. It's just got one room and one simple interaction, but I really like it because it takes that familiar jelly bean jar guessing game and it makes it spatial. You know, you're not just staring through the glass, you're moving around, checking corners, judging distances, and trying to remember whether you already counted the suspicious yellow one beside the chair. And did I, by the way? I better increase my guess by 1. Oh, I increased it by 2. Wait a minute. There we go. I could imagine this expanding into different rooms, moving jelly beans, camouflage, time limits, guessing only one colour, multiplayer guesses, daily challenges, but it's also clearly an absolute streamer's dream for audience participation, isn't it? Everyone watching can make a guess before the player submits, and then everyone can argue about the suspicious bean that was being stealthy. Even in this basic form, it already has that dangerous one more round quality. And once I do submit this guess, then it will, you know, tell me how accurate I was. I'll get a score based on that, and then we'll respawn back in the same room with a different number of jelly beans to do it all again. It's pretty cool. Even in this simple form, it does have that dangerous one more round quality. And ultimately, like, yes, a game about standing in a room and estimating jelly beans can be quite clever, strangely compelling, and another reminder that a good game does not need 400 mechanics. Sometimes it just needs beans. Look at that, 0.396. It's not very accurate, there's only 336, but hey, who was right in the comments?